Did you seriously follow me around just to find me? You really are such a clingy woman. It's honestly pathetic.
What are you talking about? I was just going to that area to take care of some errands for the house. But what about you? What were you doing there? You have no business being in a place like that, do you?
Did you not know? My new wife lives in that big house over there. It's a farm owned by a large landowner. Isn't that incredible? Honestly, looking back, all that time I wasted being married to a poor person like you was just ridiculous. I should have married a rich person right from the start.
Wait, you mean a large landowner? A farmer?
Yeah, that's right. But I guess that doesn't really concern you, does it? The only thing that really concerns you is your poor parents from back home. It's really sad, isn't it? You can't change the family you were born into.
That's quite harsh.
I'm helping out around the farm as an apprentice, and honestly, I barely do any work at all. I get to spend money however I want, and it's just the best. You know, you should just forget about your poor family and start farming for yourself.
So you're saying you really did remarry a farmer? Is it Sarah?
Oh? How do you know her name? Have you been stalking me or something? Or is it just that this farm is so huge that even someone like you who has nothing to do with it knows about it? If that's the case, I must be super lucky.
I see. Well, that makes sense. But I have one question for you, though. Will you answer it?
What on earth do you want to ask me now?
Don't you ever miss your daughter?
Huh? What do you mean by that?
Look, I don't care that you haven't contacted me at all since we broke up. I don't expect anything from you anymore. But Abby is still your daughter, you know. Isn't it a bit odd that you don't feel anything for her or reach out at all?
Honestly, I never really been into kids.
What?
I mean, I didn't have much attachment to her to begin with, so I'm not really interested in her. That's just how it is for most men, right? In the end, the mother is everything to the child anyway, so what do I matter?
I see. I get your perspective now.
Honestly, my current life is fantastic. No children to worry about. I could live without having to work if I want. Leaving you and our daughter to marry a farmer's daughter was definitely the right choice. I'm living on a large piece of land which ensures my future is secure. I'm definitely winning at life right now.
Oh, so that's how it is with the farmer's house?
Huh? What are you talking about?
Well, I guess this happiness is just temporary, so you might as well enjoy it while you can. It's great that you were able to find someone with such suitable conditions to remarry.
Definitely! I'm 100 times happier than I ever was with your poor family.
Well then, enjoy the little time you have left of this happy life. But just remember, life isn't always what it seems. Enjoy your time while it lasts, and maybe it will teach you something.
Teach me what? That I should have settled for a life like yours? You think that's what I want?
You may think you're winning now, but I'll tell you this, true happiness isn't found in money or status. You might wake up one day and realize that you've lost something far more valuable.
Oh, please spare me the lecture. You wouldn't know happiness if it slapped you in the face. Your so-called wisdom is just another excuse for your failures.
I might not have money, but I have something you'll never have. Integrity. I may not live in a fancy house, but I know what it means to truly care for someone. That's something you've thrown away for a life of luxury.
Integrity? Please, look where that has gotten ya. You're just bitter because I moved on and found something better. You can't stand seeing me happy, can ya?
Happy? You think that's happiness? Surrounding yourself with wealth and empty relationships? You're going to regret this one day. Mark my words.
Whatever, I'm done with this conversation. You're just a reminder of what I've left behind. Enjoy your integrity while you sit in your miserable little life. I'm off to better things.
I've decided to sell that land to Sarah. I think this will settle everything, right? We've managed to kick that worthless guy out as well. Although Sarah ended up paying a high price for it, at least she didn't lose the land, so might actually be a good thing for her. That's true. Mom, thank you for everything. Not only for taking care of Abby, but also for everything else. I know I've caused you some trouble with this whole situation. I really appreciate your support during this challenging time. You understand that it's a mother's mission to take care of her child, don't you? Now that you're a mother too, I'm sure you can relate. The fact that that loser caused all this trouble isn't your fault. We should continue to support each other as a family moving forward. Family means being there for one another no matter the circumstances. Thank you, Mom. I'll do my best to become a mother like you. I really appreciate everything you've done for me. I want to learn from you and be someone Abby can rely on, just like I've relied on you. Your strength and love have always inspired me, and I hope to build a strong bond with Abby just like the one we share. Your support means the world to me, and I promise to keep working hard to be a good mother. I want to create a loving and nurturing environment for Abby just as you did for me. Thank you for being such an incredible role model, Mom. I'll keep striving to be better every day and appreciate you more than words can express. Found in money or status. You might wake up one day and realize that you've lost something. Yes, that's what he said. To be honest, maybe it's for the best. It's a shame for Abby, though. But for you, it might have been a good thing, right? This way we can all breathe a little easier. Do you really think so? I wonder if I can raise Abby on my own. What are you saying? We're here for you. Let me be clear, it's much better to rely on each other than on that kind of man. He's only complaining about putting in a measly $300. Does he not realize that $300 isn't even enough to cover the rent for a typical household? You're right. I can see that now. Honestly, you're just confused because you heard it all so suddenly. It's a good thing I didn't mention our family business to him. Now we know what kind of person he is before we get used or hurt by him. That's true. All right. I'll try not to think about it anymore. For Abby's sake, I need to live strong. I'm here to support you 100%, so don't worry. If anything happens, I'm ready to help you out. Ready to help? Well, I'm not quite sure what you mean, but thank you. Of course, we're all in this together, and I'll do everything I can to ensure that you and Abby are okay. If he thinks he can just walk away without any consequences, he is mistaken. We'll show him what it means to truly care for a family. I can't believe I ever thought we'd be okay with him around. I was so focused on trying to make things work, but I see now that he was only dragging us down. Exactly. Sometimes you need to realize that it's better to cut ties with toxic people no matter how hard it is. You deserve to be happy and live a life free from his negativity. It's just going to take some time to get used to everything. I've relied on him for so long, and now it feels like I'm stepping into the unknown. Well, that's completely understandable. Change is always daunting, but think of it as a fresh start. You have us to lean on, and we'll figure it out together. With our support, you won't have to do it alone. I appreciate that so much. It really means a lot to me. I never thought I'd feel so lost and uncertain about the future. But knowing that I have you by my side gives me the strength to keep moving forward. Mom, it seems that Zane has remarried Sarah. I had heard rumors about it, but I never thought it would actually be true. I knew it would come to this. I wonder if Sarah knew about it too. That man was your ex-husband. If she had known in advance, I doubt she would have given her permission for it. So I don't think her parents are aware of the situation either. That's true, but it doesn't really matter whether they knew or not. The fact remains that they welcomed that man into their home. Wait, what do you mean by that? Even if they didn't know his past, they still accepted him into their lives. That means they'll have to deal with the consequences of their actions. I'm determined to make that family regret their decision. Mom, what are you planning to do? I'm not sure yet, but I want them to understand the impact of their choices. It's important for them to realize what kind of person they've brought into their lives. That sounds intense. Are you really going to confront them? I need to do something. I can't just sit back and let it happen without saying anything. This is about our family, and I won't let it slide. I get that, but you have to be careful. It could lead to more problems. I understand the risks, but Sometimes you have to take a stand for what you believe in. I won't allow them to think they can walk all over us. Just promise me that you'll think it through before you act. I will, I promise, but one way or another, they will regret this.
Hey, Giselle, can you please pick up the phone? I realize now that I was in the wrong. I've finally come to understand my mistakes. I want to talk to you, so please answer my call.
Honestly, I don't have anything to say, so I'm not planning to pick up. You're just now realizing your faults? What do you want to do about it at this point? It won't change anything if you just tell me now.
It seems like our family is going to be evicted from our home. They want to blame me for the loss of the farmland as well.
Want to? More like it's actually true. I can't believe this is happening.
But the moment everything was placed on my shoulders, I realized something. What I needed was you by my side.
What?
I heard your family is actually a real estate mogul. Almost all of the houses around here used to belong to your parents, right? I had no idea. If you had only told me, I would have been more than willing to help you out.
Help? Huh? When did I ever ask for help from you?
We could have worked together. I could have taken over the family business. It's not too late, even now, right? Abby needs her father. Let's try to make things right again.
What kind of face are you making while saying such things? I am absolutely rejecting that idea.
Rejecting? Why?
Why, you ask? Anyone in my position would definitely turn you down after everything that's happened. You got cut off by the family you were leeching off, and now you want to go back to your wealthy ex-wife before being painted as the villain. Is that what you're trying to say?
Saying it that way makes it sound bad, but...
No matter how you phrase it, that's what it comes down to. I just don't want anything to do with a lowlife like you anymore.
Wait a minute. I'm about to be sued for alimony by my current wife, you know. She's furious that I destroyed our home. Can't you at least help me out with that? Come on, you still have some feelings for me, right?
Feelings? That doesn't exist for you, you worthless scum. You deserve to be sued by your wife and her family for what you've done. Maybe this could be a turning point for you to reassess your life. And please, don't ever contact me again. If you come near Abby, I won't hold back. So this is truly goodbye. May you wander lost forever.
I can't believe you would even think of asking for help after everything. After how you treated me, I owe you nothing. You had the chance to be a part of our lives, but you chose to throw it all away. You were only thinking about yourself and how you could benefit from our situation. Now that you're facing the consequences, you want me to swoop in and save you? That's not how this works.
You don't get to just waltz back into my life and expect me to drop everything for you. You think I'm just going to forget all the pain and heartache you caused? You think I'll forgive you just because you realized you've made a mistake? Life doesn't work that way, and neither do I. You need to take responsibility for your actions. Stop trying to shift the blame onto me and everyone else around you. This is your mess, and you need to figure out how to clean it up on your own. I've moved on, and you should too. You think that by bringing up Abby, you can manipulate me into feeling sorry for you? She's my daughter, and I will do anything to protect her from you. You don't have the right to claim you're looking out for her now. You had your chance to be a father, and you threw it away. I am not going to let you ruin her life just because you can't handle your own problems. You need to find a way to stand on your own 2 feet, and that means facing the consequences of your actions. You can't keep running back to me every time life gets tough for you, so no, I'm not helping you. I refuse to be your crutch or your safety net. You need to learn how to deal with your issues yourself. This is your life, and you need to take charge of it.
I'm done living with you. I'm never going back to that house again.
What? Zane, what's gotten into you all of a sudden? If you're not going back home, where are you planning to go?
I can't take it anymore. Your family's so core, it's unbearable. The idea of me working and bringing in money while living in your family's house is ridiculous.
Wait, what do you mean it's ridiculous? Isn't it just normal for an adult to contribute? Working and putting money into the household is completely reasonable, don't you think? I'm living in my family's house too, so isn't it fair to help out with some living expenses?
I'm sick and tired of living with a family that can't even support us. I can't deal with you anymore. Why am I the only one working when you're not even trying? It's totally unfair. I work hard, and yet I feel so cramped in your family's home.
Feeling cramped? Even if you say you're contributing, it's just a small part of your salary. Your parents are still covering almost all of the living expenses. You can eat whatever you want, whenever you want. What are you even complaining about? Besides, the reason I'm not working is that I'm still on maternity leave. You know that already, don't you?
You're so annoying.
What do you mean by that? I think I'm just stating the facts.
You're just a boring woman who can only speak the truth. This is why you're being thrown away. Got it?
So you're really serious about leaving? You're just going to abandon us? Or are you saying you want to leave together with me from my family's house?
I can't deal with you anymore. I want an easy life, you understand? Being with you means living a life of poverty forever. That's the worst thing ever, so I'm leaving.
Wait a minute, what about Abby? She's only 2 years old. Are you really just going to throw away your wife and daughter so easily? Where do you plan to go?
Don't worry, I have somewhere to go. I'm planning to go to a much richer family than yours.
It's not that I'm worried, but what do you mean by a rich family? Zane, are you cheating on me?
Anyway, I have no intention of returning to that house. I'll make sure the divorce papers are sent later. So long. You're free to live happily with our daughter from now on.
How could you be so low? Just remember, if you regret this later, it's on you. Fine, I don't ever want to see your face again.
That's what I want to say. I'm cutting ties with a poor family like yours.
You think you can just abandon your wife and daughter for that reason? I will never forgive you for that. Zane, you are making a huge mistake. I know you're angry, but leaving your family behind won't solve anything. What about the memories we've made together? We've built a life, and now you want to throw it all away?
You really think those memories matter when I'm suffocated by debt and living in a cramped space? It's like being trapped in a cage and I can't take it anymore. I need to break free.
But what about Abby? She deserves both her parents. You can't just walk away because you're unhappy. We're a family, and families stick together through tough times.
A family? Look at the situation. You think this is what a family looks like? All I feel is frustration and disappointment. I can't keep living this way, pretending everything is fine when it's not.
It's not like I'm enjoying this either. I wanted us to have a better life, but things have gotten out of control. If you leave now, you'll just be running away from your responsibilities. Is that really who you want to be?
I don't need to listen to your lectures. You don't understand what it's like to feel trapped. You don't see how much pressure I'm under to provide and keep everything afloat while feeling like I have no support.
I know it's hard, but running away isn't the answer. You have to face these challenges head on. We can figure it out together if you just give it a chance.
You don't get it. I'm not running away. I'm taking back control of my life. I deserve to be happy, and I won't find that by staying here and feeling miserable every day.
Fine, go ahead and leave. But don't come crying to me when you realize what you've lost. I'll be here taking care of our daughter, and she will know who chose to walk away.
You'll regret this. I won't be stuck in this miserable life forever. I'll make something of myself, and you'll see.
You think it's that easy? Good luck with that. Just remember, I'll always be here, taking care of what really matters, our family.
What on earth did you do? I've been told by my in-laws to get in touch with you, but honestly, I'm at a loss here. What's going on? Are you actually saying we're supposed to leave? Why on earth are you involved in this mess?
Oh, you still don't understand? Is it just you who hasn't grasped the situation at all? It seems like you're the only one left in the dark about this.
What do you mean? What are you trying to say? I need clarity here. What are you talking about?
That farmland? It actually belongs to my parents. I'm not just throwing random claims at you. It's a fact. My family owns it, and that's how it is.
Huh? Owns? What are you even saying? Why on earth are your parents suddenly coming into the picture in this discussion?
I hadn't mentioned it before, but my parents are major landowners and quite well known in the real estate business here in this region. It's not just a small-time deal. They have a significant presence in the area.
What are you talking about? That's such a ridiculous claim. What's amusing about saying something so far-fetched? Did you genuinely think I would believe something like that? Seriously?
If you don't believe me, then why are you contacting me in the first place? Didn't your in-laws tell you to reach out? If they said something, it's likely true. What they said is exactly what happened. My parents pressured Sarah's family to evict them from the land.
What? Are you being serious right now? I can't even process what you're saying. This is outrageous.
It's sad for Sarah, you know. She welcomed a person like you into her life without knowing the implications, and now my parents are seeking their revenge. Can you even fathom how unfortunate this is?
Wait a minute, is this really true? You're telling me that this house isn't even voluntary for them? It's not ours? What kind of madness is this?
I don't know what Sarah said to you or how you interpreted her words, but the reality is that Sarah is renting our land. It hasn't been sold or transferred. We can evict her whenever we decide to.
Wait, so your parents are actually landlords? Is that even a possibility? They've been living in such a shabby house and leading a modest lifestyle. How does this even make sense?
Rundown is such an insult to the place. That house has been treasured since my grandfather's time. It's not just some random place to us. Well, yes, we are in the process of rebuilding next to it now, but it's a cherished family legacy.
What? You're seriously rebuilding? I can't believe this. How did I not know any of this before?
The old place has become so dilapidated, it's not safe for Abby anymore. We have enough money and land to do it. It's not as if we're struggling financially. We're just careful with our resources.
What? So you were really deceiving me this whole time? You pretended to be poor for all these years. If you had money, why didn't you just say something? This is insane.
I wasn't pretending to be poor at all. You just misunderstood everything based on your assumptions. We didn't think we were living in a way that was excessive or extravagant. We were just taught to save since we were young. It's a core value for us. Just because you have money doesn't mean you should squander it thoughtlessly. Isn't it you who misunderstood all of this?
How was I supposed to know? Living in that shabby place made it seem like you were struggling financially. And yet you're claiming your in-laws are landlords? How is that even remotely possible?
Well, if that's the case, it seems you're really being evicted. You can laugh all you want, but this is serious.
I understand the situation now, but this eviction surely has to be a joke, right? You can't seriously destroy a farm that's been around for generations over your personal vendetta. Stop using strange jokes to threaten my family. This is beyond absurd.
I don't think I'm threatening anyone. My parents are serious about this, and it's not a laughing matter.
Serious? Are you actually going to evict the farmers? That's a loss for you as well. Think about what you're doing before it's too late.
Shouldn't you have thought about your actions instead? Consider the consequences of your behavior. It's not just about you.
What? What are you trying to say? Of course, it's no wonder we got divorced. We just didn't have compatibility.
You suddenly cheated, unilaterally divorced, and walked away, right? Of course my parents aren't going to think highly of you after that. You discarded me, but you tossed your daughter away too, like she was nothing of value.
Garbage? I never meant to treat you like that. You're making it sound like I didn't care at all.
I don't care what your intentions were. Right now it's irrelevant to me. I have no interest in your explanation, so don't bother. But to my parents, Abby is precious. They would never forgive a lowlife who treated their beloved granddaughter that way.
But still, why involve the Sarah family? I had no idea your family was a landlord until now.
And it seems you have another misunderstanding. Sarah hasn't been a farmer for long. This isn't her lifelong dream.
What?
Maybe for about 5 years. She only started after her husband retired. It's been a recent venture for them. Just because things are going well doesn't mean she can claim to be a landlord. I don't know how she explained it to you, but it's not what you think. From my perspective, that's probably how it is.
So she wasn't a farmer from the beginning, despite having such a large piece of land? It's hard to believe.
It's great that the previous owner left the fields intact for reuse. We're just reusing what's there, nothing more. More importantly, the owner is my dad. We're just renting it out, and we can leave at his discretion. My dad says he'll absolutely never forgive you for what you've done.
Are you serious? So you're actually being serious? This is unbelievable. I can't wrap my head around it.
Yes, because of you, the Sarahs have lost their job and their farmland. Do you think your wife will resent you for this? Well, you can't expect to just sit around and do nothing forever. You've underestimated farming too much. Eventually, you'll probably get kicked out anyway. You cheat.
This is unbelievable. How much do you hate me? Is this really all stemming from some deep-rooted grudge?
You cheated without paying any alimony. Even after the divorce, you didn't pay child support. You completely ignored both me and Abby. It's like we didn't exist to you. So now you'll receive your comeuppance. Didn't Sarah tell me to contact you? Did she really mean it? Thanks for reaching out, even though it's a mess. This is my response. You all should evacuate quickly.
Wait a minute. That's a problem for me. This isn't just some trivial issue. It's a big deal.
I don't care if it's a problem for you. I'm not the one struggling. This is no longer my concern. This is fine, right? Well, goodbye, lowlife. Show some manliness by working hard to support your family instead of running away from your responsibilities.